it.
So this is peat moss, and it's showing how the vast majority of a peat moss is empty space. I'm Jennifer Doubt. I'm curator of botany here at the Canadian Museum of Nature. I've been working at the museum for 19 years soon. My focal plants are mosses and liverworts, so very tiny plants that are ubiquitous. They grow in the city, on sidewalks and on cement walls. They grow in, pristine waterfalls and northern tundra. They're everywhere, and a lot of us don't notice them, but as soon as you do start noticing them, you realize that they're everywhere all around. Well, in terms of the specimens themselves, the actual objects that represent botany and mineralogy and paleobiology and zoology, it's a fraction of 1% that are ever on display downtown. We can display our most beautiful maple sample downtown. But in the herbarium, there's a cabinet that contains 2,000 maple specimens. And for people who want to compare what maples look like in the north or the south or the east or the west of Canada, or how their flowering times are changing through the years, then this is the resource that they want to see. So, the herbarium is a living collection, and by that I don't mean that the plants are growing, but I mean that it's like a living document in a way, a living archive where we're always adding knowledge and resources to it so that it's always current and relevant today, and planning to make it current and relevant in the future. It is a public collection, and if people want to visit, if they have a question that could be answered by this kind of archive, it's just a matter of setting up an appointment to come and see it. But by putting it on the internet, it makes all of those cabinets, searchable and accessible on the internet anywhere at any time. So it's a really big job, but a big preoccupation of ours to get that information out where it can be accessed so much more easily. I've made a ton of mistakes as I went through my career path, and so I like to cheer people on in all of the good work that they're doing. When I was growing up, my parents, my dad especially, took us on lots of hikes and showed us lots of things, my sister and I. And speaking for myself, I sometimes thought that was boring. I sometimes resisted. But invariably, when we came home, it had been a really good day, and we had good stories to tell. So it was a roundabout route to start working in botany. I thought when I went to university that I was going to be a chemist, but during that time, I took an ecology class where we went out on field trips every week, and it just blew my mind that people could be paid to go outside and discover new things about nature. At the same time, I had left a small town, Deep River, Ontario, where I grew up, to go to the city and start my university studies. And I didn't realize till I left how much I missed those natural surroundings. As I continued my studies, I started to see that home landscape in new ways and new, friends, that I'd known all my life. I started to know what their names might be in Latin and get to know them in a different way.
This one says? This one says varnish, but this one says no.
I do feel strongly that we're all on this one planet, and we don't have another one like it. So recognizing what we have, taking the opportunity to, take a close look from many different perspectives to see what is here while it's still here, and recognize that it's finite and that there are ways that we can act that will impact them for better or worse, is really, really at the foundation of my passion for the herbarium and the resource that it represents. Here's a nice one, and it's old too.
Yeah, that's good. 76, oldest one so far.